What's cracking, peeps? It's the A-Train coming back at you with another episode of What's New at Tackle Warehouse. This is definitely the month you want to be out on the water. These girls are eating. And right here, I got the baits that are going to help you get bit. So to start off, we got a lot of love from Berkley. Here we got some classic releases. This is the Berkley Krej in the 128 size. Notice this jerk bait has the lip pointing upwards. So this is designed to sink. And as you swim it, jerk it, it's gonna work its way up towards the surface. This is the FFS series of forward-facing sonar. So, but you guys that don't have that, feel free to blind cast this thing and work it. You're definitely gonna get bit on it. Great action. The erratic action of this jerkbait is just a little something they haven't seen before. Usually when you're fishing a jerkbait, they're working their way down, suspending, but this one's gonna work its way up to the surface. And as you stop it on slack line, it's gonna shimmy its way back down and away from you. So definitely something these fish aren't used to seeing. Also another classic release here is the 85 size. So two beautiful baits, but just the classic releases, two different sizes, and definitely get bit on them. Also another classic release from Berkley, we got the in-CRUD Craw. So first thing I see when I look at this thing is flipping. I'm gonna punch this thing in heavy cover. Very minimal use of the rod and reel. It's gonna give that just optimum action right there. Those claws are gonna just go in every single direction. The back of a jig trailer is gonna be superb for all you guys that like to throw jigs, boat docks, rock piles, that kind of thing. But this thing's got a million different applications. Anything from a Ned rig, Texas rig. You're definitely gonna fill the life well up with this. So the scent on this thing is unreal. Fish are gonna bite this and they are not letting go. Last but not least from Berkley is the Stank Craw, and they gave it the correct name. Yeah, that's got stank on it. But for this one right here, lots of action, but it's not over-exaggerated action on this. So this is basically going to just give it that real life presentation. Limited mobility, but it's definitely something when fish are under pressure, you got high pressure systems coming in and you need to scale down. This is definitely a bait you're gonna want, whether it's a jig trailer, on the back of a swim jig, vibrating jig, just a lot of different uses on this thing. But this time of year, these fish, they are fattening up. They are getting ready for the spawn. So when they see a crawdad, they're thinking extra protein. How do we fatten up for this spawn? And this is the one that's gonna do it for you right here. Next, by Epic Baits, we got Matt Brecker's Tungsten jig. Very unique jig. When I saw this thing, I'm like, that's different. The first thing I noticed was this flat spot on the bottom of the head. This is basically the pretty much do everything jig. So the flat part under the jig head, that's gonna be for skipping. You see a boat dock, undercut banks, that's gonna be able to skip right under that thing. Notice the head is narrower than a lot of different jigs. That's gonna aid in getting through cover, through grass. Very stout weed guard. So the weedlessness of this thing, you're gonna be able to get fish after fish, get them in and out of that heavy cover. Super stout, check that hook out. That fish isn't going anywhere, you get that hook through him. That thing is gonna get stuck right there. Tungsten jig, you're gonna be able to have maximum feel on everything. That tungsten, when it hits rock, sand, you're gonna be able to differentiate the differences, the different types of cover those bass like to hang out just by the feel of this thing. So definitely a jig you're gonna wanna have in your arsenal. Next, it is back. Jackall has brought back the Flick Shake. So this is heavily shrimp scented. Fish are gonna bite this thing and let go. If you're not familiar with the Flick Shake, every finesse fisherman should have this in its arsenal. The most popular way is those little weighted wacky hooks right there. Anywhere you throw this thing, whether shallow or deep, this thing is gonna get bit. Excellent bed bait. This thing flaps, undulates. So much commotion, so much action in this little bait right here. This thing is just taking the fishing world by storm, and now they got that extra added scent to it, and these fish are just not gonna wanna let go. So it makes a great bed bait. That spawn time is just right around the corner, but even pre-spawns, find some of those last rock levees going into your spawning grounds. That's a killer right there. You're definitely not gonna wanna be without it. Potsky took us back to the old school. He brought back the salmon eggs. Everyone knows this. All you trout fishermen, you never go trout fishing without these in your arsenal right here. Definitely something different from the bass market. You let us know, what do you want to catch and what baits we could help try and bring to you. But right now, trout are in, so we got some trout bait for you. Next, by SPRO, we got the Cover Jumper Vibrating Jig. Big beefy 4/0 hook right there. Nice little trailer keeper. You're definitely gonna want one of these this time of year. That little blade right there is super light. That's definitely gonna probably kick up more vibration and help be able to go through cover a lot more efficiently than your standard different bladed jigs. Unique thing is this comes with a trailer. You could add whatever trailer you want to it, but it comes with this trailer right here, super thin. But when you add that to this, it's just such erratic action. Fish are just dying to bite this thing. Whether you're fishing clear water, muddy water, they are able to hone in on this bait right here just because of all the vibration it causes. So definitely a bait pre-spawn to the spawn. You're definitely going to want a vibrating jig on your tied up on your line. Next, by Scottsboro Tackle Company, we got the Sona Shad. So for all you guys that love that forward-facing sonar, this is a bait you're definitely going to want to have. This is designed, they have a little tungsten head this goes perfectly with, but it's got a million other different uses. When you see fish on your graph, you just send this to them. Look at all that. How could they not bite that little bad boy right there? Just a great looking little bait. Fits the profile of almost any type of bait fish, all the colors they have available for this thing. But it's got these little wings on it also. That's gonna help stabilize that little bait, and just the action that thing's gonna kick out for you is definitely gonna get those fish on your screen to bite and commit. So definitely a bait for all you forward-facing sonar guys. Last but not least, by Stealth Lures, we got the 8-bladed Stealth Rig. Look at all the blades on that thing. And then you add your, check, before I say this, check with your state, local laws to see how many live hooks you could have on this Bama style type bait right there. Here in California, it's 3, so you have to dummy 2 of them up. But with all those little blade configurations, it's gonna look like a giant school of bait going by, and that's gonna catch the attention of every predatory fish in freshwater, saltwater too. But one of the cool things about this thing, that head is super hollow. That's for you to fill that thing up with scent. So it's gonna release a scent trail as you're reeling this in. So very unique bait. And these are gonna go quick. This time of the year, these baits rule supreme. You're definitely gonna wanna have that. So order these now because they will be gone. Thanks for tuning in, and for more information on the product seen here today, click shop or the link in the description below. If you enjoyed this week's episode, hit the like button and subscribe to our channel. Let the A-Train know which of these products you're most pumped about.